This is going to be our engine bay portion on the 21 Toyota Tundra. This is an SR5. So, V8, it's a good one to have. I know with everything that's been going on with those, these have become a lot more sought after. Kind of brought those numbers back up. This is in pretty good condition, like really clean. I know they just got it back from recon, so you can see the dressing kind of in these corners here and stuff. But I'll touch the basics. I mean, it's been through shop, so filter and everything's clean. All the fluids are topped up full. The oil's so clean you can barely see it. This was off, and you can see some corrosion there. I have a couple suspicions this had to be jump started. I haven't had any charging issues or battery issues, so I don't know if it was just cold weather and lot rot, but sounds great. Starts up right away. I mean, they did put the dressing, but these belts all look really, really good still. And hoses all look great. You can see down here, this is going to be your crash rails here. Really good. There's no wrinkling. Doesn't look like any of the bolts have been taken off or anything like that. This would be a little hard with the battery. You can see down here, that's your frame rail. Really good. Doesn't look like any of these bolts have been touched. This is all still here and it's not loose or anything like that. The hood has not been removed. I know there was a dent that you were talking about with the windshield. I did not find one, so it could have been like a PDR thing, but we'll get to that on exterior. Fluids on this look great. Engine starts up, drives great. No concerns here. This is a nice engine. All right, so we're gonna do our exterior portion really fast. This is like a really nice, like a forest green. Reminds me of like almost a khaki, but if you gave it a gloss, right? So it looks really good. All the emblems are blacked out. Really cool highlight there. It does have the LED on the bottom half. This bumper here you can see is black. Lots of rock chips. I don't know, like logging roads is the only thing I can think of that does that. The plastics held up pretty good, but you can see a little bit there. Grill's in good shape. Nothing on the sensor. Radar works. Lights are in good shape. They're not beat up. No chipping or cracking. So I don't know, just the paint that was on there just couldn't hold it, but everything else held up great. This was all covered in ice. I did find like, you know, light chipping across the hood, but that's to be expected with how much is on the bumper. Windshield, they said they're going to get replaced. Our inspection kind of ran into their time frame and they held off so that we could get this part done for you. But they said it's going to go to the glass shop as soon as we're done here. Body lines, gaps, everything looked great. They're all still really smooth. Key signs, whenever bodywork's been done, you can kind of feel it. It should feel like an ice cube when you run your finger down these lines. Looks good. You know, I can see like a little blemish here. It's kind of hard to put on the camera, but there's a little dimple here. But there's really nothing like major. No real hard scratches. Just the front, all the chips. The rest of it checks out great. Glass is all in good shape except for the windshield, but they're going to replace that. I don't know if these have to do any kind of calibration when they do the windshields because the radar's in the front. Some cars you have to, so make sure that's done properly. Tailgate here in good shape. Bumper in the back's green. I don't know why the front's black. It's kind of weird for me. All lights and everything check out really good. But exterior wise is great. Wheels are all in good shape. The spare doesn't match them, but okay. Tires don't match with the spare, but okay. These are in really good shape. I wouldn't be worried about it. I did see some cupping. You can kind of hear it on the highway. This is a little loud with the aggressive tread. I just recommend rotate those more often. Kind of wear that down a little more even, since the rear is just kind of like flat surface versus the front having to turn the weight. It's just really, really common with like aggressive all-terrain tires. So see, here's some more of those scratches that I was talking about. They're really light. You can probably buff them out. Like you can't even feel them on your nails. There's not a lot of them. They're just kind of here and there. I don't know if it was when they were trying to clean it, but I mean, like, look, you can kind of just, so I think they just went over it real quick for the inspection. I don't think this is really in detailed. I think they mainly focused on the inside because of you saying it was so dirty. So I'm gonna stop here. that's going to conclude our exterior. Pretty good shape. All right, so this is going to be the undercarriage. I always start at the front so you can kind of see everything's there skid plate wise. We don't have anything hanging, sagging, loose, or dragging. And then we're going to touch each corner here and get a little deep on the car. All looks really good. I don't see any wetness, no dripping while I was sitting here idling on the parking lot. And all the metals look like shiny metal. There's no oily metal, so that's always a good sign that nothing's blowing by. We're going to stop here and then move to the corners like I said, and we're going to get a little deep on here. Alright, so this is the driver front corner. There's a bunch of snow that was on top of the car, so you're going to see dripping water throughout the portion here. This is your first body mount. This is where the cab is bolted to the frame. Really good shape, no rust. Lift point here where the water's dripping from, not bent or broken, so it's good. Frame is in nice shape. The coating's still on it. Cab looks really, really good. Here's your back corner. And then underneath, looks really good. Your other mount and your leaf spring mount. And then fuel tank. This does not have a skid plate on the fuel tank portion. I know a lot of them do, but this does not. That is your tank. Alright, and we're going to go straight from the back. Alright, so this is your spare. It's a full-size spare. It's just not the same tread type. And it's a steel wheel. This does have stock muffler. Solid axle rear still with leaf springs. All really good shape. And then it is a chassis mounted hitch. It's always good, not bumper mounted. This does have both 7 and 4. Alright, so this is going to be your passenger rear perch. Cab corner here. Body mount, all really good shape. Kind of run along here. A little fog on my mirror from the exhaust. Alright, so this is the front. You can kind of see your cats here. Transmission. All in really good shape. Tilt this and you can see suspension and everything. All really, really good shape. It doesn't look like it's been drugged across or scraped. So it's probably just been driven, not off-road very much. That's going to be your chassis. Alright, we're going to do our interior portion. So start with the steering wheel. This has plenty of options. This does have radar, lane keep, your phone controls, voice commands. Mode, it just kind of selects through things. And then this is going to be your menu up here. Selections, volume controls. There's nothing on the back of these steering wheels. Cruise control right there. Oh, in these cars you just push the, oh wait, you have Tundra. Oh, you push, pull, yeah, you know all that. Current mileage, 34,018. It was a little less than that when we started. But no lights on the dash. Currently have my seatbelt undone while I sit here and go through this. This does have the power window up and down in the back, which I love the Toyotas for that. Auto high beams, cargo lamp, mirror control, auto driver window. None of the other ones are automatic. All work as intended. 4 high, 4 low. Sorry, I'm fighting the sun a little bit here. No locker or anything here. This does have a trailer brake equipped, like internally, and then tow haul. Does have the touchscreen. I did have it in a different portion of the video, but the map is not currently activated. On Toyotas, you can go in and add that subscription. This is something that was left from previous owner. A magnet thing. Tray here. This is just chilling. It kind of moves around a little bit. Wheel lock I did find in there. It was driving me crazy, so I had to kind of stash it in there a little bit. Right now, we're gonna put this in reverse. So you have your backup camera with the lines. I didn't get any of the radar stuff to go off. It might just be because those trees are a little bit further away than I'm willing to drive on the grass. And then we're gonna pause here and open all the doors and everything and blow this up. All right, so this is from the driver's seat. We're looking in. Power options on the driver's seat only. This is a cloth with like a mesh here. I like it. Good bolstering on here. It's about, you know, finger length on the kind of flat, but still really tall. It has these all-weather mats from factory. Carpets are in pretty good shape. They look like they've been there most of their life. Door cards are really good shape as well. Pretty standard. These back doors, because this is the big cab, are huge, absolutely massive. So lots of space. I mean, you could literally dive through here. Under here, that's snow. I do apologize. That is snow. So right here, there's no like storage bins or anything here. It's just a flat floor, but it's kind of nice. Folds up and you have flat storage there. And then just the center console here. Like I said, this window does roll up and down. I made sure that works all the way, but I did have to like take that plate out and put it back in. I almost got that caught in there, so let's not do that again. No pocket on this seat back, but there is one on that side. We'll get over there in just a moment. Pause here. All right, we're on the passenger side here. Fighting that sun. Door card's in really good shape. This truck does have the tweeter with the speaker set up. Same thing on this side, very good condition. Pockets not stretched out or torn or anything. Carpets look good. So I believe he had to go get this from Recon when I got there, so they probably just finished cleaning this bad boy up. It smells like it at least, kind of like that moisture smell. Door cards here, really good shape like I said. Dual pocket. I did have this window down a little bit. I want to show you this is tinted to match the back windows. The back windows are just your factory smoke glass. So you won't see like an edge. It'll come all the way up to the edge of the glass, but there won't be like an edge for the film. Kind of hard to see, but you can clearly see the edge of the film and the top of the glass. So glove box here. There's your wheel lock. This thing would drive me nuts. It's got little cubbies here for the passengers. This is a manual seat on this side. And then your center console, just a big boy. Power there, and then more plugs there. Just so you know, this spot here was big enough for me to put my tablet that we're using for the inspections, which I thought was perfect. It didn't go anywhere. It's going to conclude our interior. Checks out really good. All right, so we got our locking tailgate here with backup camera. This is a dampered tailgate, so it falls nicely. It's fully lined. Toyota has like this good liner they throw on these things. This does have those cargo boxes the customer was talking about. Both sides. Really kind of reduces your overall width on this thing. In really good shape though. Nothing beat up. Nothing really scraped or spilt or stained in here. There's a couple little bits here. It looks like it's just styrofoam or something. But this is where you can see, like, it looks like water kind of came out of those corners underneath the box. And then way up in here, you can kind of see debris. So I don't know if that's just from them cleaning it, or if that's coming in from the top at that front corner edge. But that is going to be your trunk. All right, so this portion is going to be for our code scan. One thing I always want to check down here, you see at the bottom, it displays the VIN that's just programmed to the computer of the vehicle. This matches our door jamb and our dash tag. And then I always check like body parts under the fenders. Those are good spots to always check VINs. All's good there. Nothing weird about the VIN. We do have 3 codes here. The combination meter and 4-wheel drive, those are saying that it's a lost communication. And then when I was in the engine bay, which you'll see in that portion of the video, the positive cover was off. So this most likely did get jump started at some point. The R history, they're not active or stored or anything like that. Navigation system is not currently active. You can go into Toyota's app and like set it up through their program. So it basically is just disconnected codes. So let me go in. I just want to show you. It's easier to see sometimes than just like, yeah, the guy said. So bear with me here. All right, so as you see here, lost communication or low voltage in some manufacturers. They just say it differently. It depends on who made it. Pause here and move on to the next one. This was your combination meter. This is the navigation history, antenna disconnected, transceiver disconnected, right? So when you go in here, well, I'll just show you since I'm right next to it. When you push the map, you see you can go and activate it through these cars. It's not something that like, oh, it wasn't equipped, you can't do it. I'm pretty sure you can just activate it based on your model. So we're going to move on to 4-wheel drive. And then in our 4-wheel drive module, as you see, it's upset that it lost communication with the ECM because the ECM lost communication. So most likely had to be jumped. No active lights on the dash or anything like that. And these are all history, so nothing here is concerning in my opinion. All looks good. All right, this portion is going to be our live monitors. These are all car sensors, monitors, systems that are checking as you drive, right? So making sure you have the right amount of fuel, air, all that kind of stuff's working properly. Now, usually we do like a good 10-minute or a 10-mile drive so that everything can kind of process itself. All greens along there, that's what we like to see. Usually if you have the gray circle, most of the time it's covered by a different monitor or just not supported. In modern cars, there's so many monitors that sometimes they'll do more than one thing. So that all checks out great. All right, so this is gonna be our conclusion. I do have this window down because this is like key and ignition, and I do not like leaving those running without me in them. Overall, I love the color of this truck. I do also like the 5.7s. It's a great engine. A lot of people get a lot of mileage out of these. This thing is running great. Plenty of power, plenty of get, stops really good, but it's not like jumpy. You know how some V8s are really like throttly jumpy? This one's really smooth, real soft. Pretty good shape. I mean, it does have some chips and stuff, which I highlighted on there, but drives good. Gets up to speed plenty easily. Kicks down just fine. For me, it's got just enough options without being too many buttons and gimmicks. It does have the full power back window, which I'm obsessed with on Toyotas. I think that's absolutely amazing. You know, roll a whole back window down. It's so good. It does have the leather tunnel cover. Really just a great truck with the right amount of options, I would say. Tires are a bit aggressive, so you'll hear some noise on that, but it drives good. It stops really nicely. It doesn't pull you any which way. It's not hard to turn. Four-wheel drive locks up really quickly, really easily. Really smooth on the bumps and everything. Interior, for me, I like cloth. The black cloth with like this insert is really cool for me. The seats were really comfortable. Lots of adjustability here in the seat and the wheel. I don't believe these pedals have adjustment, but you don't really need that with everything else being adjustable. It really seems like this was just kind of, you know, driven to the store, went to pick some stuff up here and there. Wasn't driven very much or very hard. It's only got 34 and 5 years. I'm doing way worse than that. So in conclusion, I enjoyed driving this truck. It drives really good, sounds good, plenty of power and perks. It's a great option. Now, they did tell me that they were going to come get this windshield fixed, but they held off for our appointment, so that's supposed to be getting done. Customer did have some notes about dents and stuff. I don't see anything on the hood. As you can see here, I had to wait a while for some of that snow to melt off. I had to pull it off there. I got up there, I didn't see nothing there either. So really good shape, just a nice truck.